Bulldog Nation, you are now going to witness, watch, and listen to the best podcast in the league. Get set for a wild ride with From the Hill Podcast, featuring Wayne Cartwright, Damian Green, Tenarius Gooden, David Thomas, Jennifer Murray, and Corey Williams. Don't miss out. Subscribe now to From the Hill Podcast. It's time to turn up the excitement and make some noise.
What up, man?
What's up, man?
Man, I'm good, bruh. You good?
Hey, I can't complain.
Hey.
Won't do no good anyway.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that, bro. I hear you. You know, man, I'm just listen, man. I'm so thankful, man, for every opportunity that we get to come on and every opportunity that I get to come in front of this screen, man, because man, we get to affect a lot of things out here, man. We get to teach people, we get to just share our love with folks, man. So hey, man, it's another opportunity to be blessed and spread the love of HBCU peace out here, man. You know what Absolutely. I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna have us a good show tonight. Our guest tonight, he's gonna join us here in a little bit. He texted me earlier, so he'll be on. Right now, you guys know, as you always do, make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure if you've never subscribed to us, make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you do all of that good stuff, okay? Also, across the bottom of the screen, we have all of our sports updates. And with those sports updates, you'll see we've got updated information with our football this week. Home game, next to last home game, actually. Then you got volleyball, which is rolling down the stretch. We'll talk about soccer here in just a second. They're in the SWAC tournament. Basketball, man, in full effect. Man, shoot, I saw Bethune-Cookman almost pull one out last night at Auburn.
Hey, they almost caused an upset, didn't they?
Man, almost shook it up, bruh.
Hey, they made them boys work for it. It was like, hey, this ain't gonna be no easy game.
Exactly. And then also, man, you saw what's his name? You saw Jackson State, man. Look, they needed some of them football vibes, man. They lost to Illinois 117-55, man.
Oh, did they? I didn't even see the score.
Yeah, 117-55. Whew. Man, but you know, 'tis the season to getting paid also.
Hey,
so
we gotta eat, right?
Yeah, man. Everybody gotta eat. You gotta spread the wealth somehow, some way, man.
But one day, the day will come where HBCUs, we are not depending on these games. One day that will come.
Man, what a glorious day that will be.
Yes, it will.
What a glorious day that will be. When we can finally be able to fund ourselves, man, and have those billionaire boosters and donors.
And we can make these games exhibition games.
Man, look, how about this? How about them other folks be paying us to come to our spot? How about that? Sound like a Dave Chappelle show skit, don't it?
What?
Remember that Dave Chappelle skit, man, where they gave everybody reparation money?
Man, Dave Chappelle was, oh man, that was a funny show.
That show was crazy, man. Clayton Bigsby. But man, look, man, we gonna get the thing rolling here in a second. But what I wanted to do real quick, I wanted to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors here. So we'll take a quick moment, and then we'll be right back here. All right, quick moment.
Stand out, show pride, represent your legacy. The King McNeil Collection brings you premium college gear and Divine Nine paraphernalia made with style, quality, and culture in mind. Whether you're repping your alma mater or honoring your fraternity or sorority, KingMcNeil.com has what you need to wear it bold. Shop the collection today and let your look tell your story. Visit kingmcneil.com, where tradition meets fashion. Use discount code FTH15 to receive 15% off.
Yeah, man.
Hey, King
Shout out to
still
King
in full
McNeil.
effect, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got it all rolling. Oh, yeah. She's on, too. Hello, Jay the Great. How you doing this evening?
Hey everyone.
Hey, Jen.
How y'all doing?
Less than highly
We rolling.
Listen, it's vibing tonight. Hey.
Hey, yeah. You know, we trying a little something new, you know what I'm saying, with the little something new in the background, you know. Got the little feel of it, you know. It's like we in the lounge out up in here, you know what I'm saying?
DJ,
Yeah, this
look,
is
DJ Wild Wayne on the ones and twos.
on the ones and twos.
Hey, you know, we making it work, but let's show here. This is the SWAC tournament for the ladies, man, doing their thing in soccer. Now keeping up with the Prairie View theme of us playing them this week in football. That's our opponent in the opening round in the quarterfinals. So as you can see, we are the number 4 seed, looking to try to make a big run here, man. Last year we went to the semifinals, and you know, we'll see what we can get done. This is at Prairie View Soccer Complex, so they're the ones that are hosting this tournament. So basically, that quarterfinals a road game.
I'm really hoping we can make it back to the semifinals, because, and Wayne, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a weather delay last year, right?
It was.
And so with that weather delay, had that not happened, I think we would have took it. Had that weather delay not happened, because that delay allowed Texas Southern, I believe it was, Texas Southern to, like, you know, get their second, third, fourth, and fifth win.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so if the match would have continued, I think we would have came out on top. But, you know, that was last year. But I'm hoping that our Bulldogs can definitely make it to the semifinals this year. So do y'all thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
man.
I also want to say I did catch my, you know, a soccer match this season between us and Prairie View, and we totally demolished them. So I hope we take that same intensity to the playoffs. Like, we got this. Bulldogs, we got this.
Yeah. So that's what we got there in the SWAC tournament there. And, you know, so go ahead on, Lady Bulldogs. Do your thing. You know, there's a few things that I wanted to just bring some clarity to real quick. And I'll do this. I'll do this right now. A little bit of clarity to something. You know, there was something that took place in the football game on this past Saturday between us and Grambling, and you know, we really didn't like how things went our way, how it didn't go our way. So everybody's seen the play by now, so I'm not going to re-show it because I don't want to open any wounds. But what I do want to show is something that I found today that brings clarity to the call that was made. Okay, so I'm going to share this video with everybody, and you know, we'll share it, and everybody
Our
can
first
see
play
it.
this week, the offense punts, and the receiver moves to get into position to make the catch, and he calls for a fair catch. Now, the receiver muffs the ball, and kicking team player number 80, he's going to grab the kick and start back toward the end zone. But we know the kickers cannot advance a kick, and so the ball is declared dead when number 80 gains possession. Now, we see the officials come together to discuss the play, and we're going to get a late flag for kick-catch interference. By rule, there's a big difference on this play if the receiver gives a valid fair catch signal, as he did here, or not. So if the receiver does give a signal, then he gets an unimpeded opportunity to catch the kick even after he muffs it. And we see here number 80 took the ball when the receiver still had an opportunity to make the catch. So this is a correct call for kick-catch interference, and the penalty is enforced 15 yards from the spot of the foul, and the receivers keep the ball 1st and 10. If there would have been no valid fair catch signal here, then the kick-catch interference protection ends for the receiver when the kick hits the ground or the receiver's touch or muff the kick. So without a signal here, it would have been legal for number 80 to possess this ball.
Yeah. So, and you know what? Go ahead.
I just always thought as soon as they touched the ball, it was fair game.
Yeah.
That's what I always thought.
Yeah. Hey, everybody in the comments, hey, say what you want. Say what you
That's
want.
what I always
You know what I'm
thought.
saying? This is a full forum right here in this part of the show. You can say what you want, man, because it was a whole lot of emotions.
Yes.
Hey, I'm with KLB 1692. That rule needs revision.
I'm like, who do we need to write?
Yeah, so I've got a couple. You know what? I'm going to show a couple other things because I while we're in the mood, because this is what he said. He said the punt returner dropped the ball before he scored. Okay, guess what? Wild Wayne has the video for you. All right, let's show that play then.
Franklin on the return. Franklin still on his feet. He's gone. Franklin in the open field. All the way to the house.
Oh, hell no.
Touchdown.
It looked like
Grambling State University.
it looked close. It looked like when I was watching it live, I was like,
coverage that time.
Hey, what
Great job.
what NFL
I'll
team
run it back.
did that?
I'll run it back. The Cardinals did it. So here it is,
Still on his
right here.
He's gone.
Again.
Franklin in the open field. All the way to the house. Touchdown.
Yeah,
Grambling State.
It was close. It was close.
That black turf in the end zone.
But what I really wanted to show though was I want to just go back to the punt. Yeah, you couldn't really tell, bro. Okay, so we'll go back to the play here that was in question with the video that I showed earlier.
Oh, and the ball is on the ground, still on the ground, and it looks like Alabama A&M has recovered a flag on the play.
Now I have the extended
and just after
version,
you
so
get
it plays
two
all the way
big
through the
special
replay.
teams plays, Grambling makes a special teams miscue, and Alabama A&M, what did he say? Special teams
must be special, and you couldn't ask for a better play to happen right here. Not sure what
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it. And I'm gonna back it up about right. I'll bring it to about right here. Where are we at? Oh, I passed it. Here, we'll get there. We'll show it again.
Make special teams
must be, and you couldn't ask for a better play to happen right here.
Okay, so according to that first video I showed, the ball hitting 87 is what constituted this being a penalty. That right there. Because at first, when I talked about it on my show on Sunday night, I properly interpreted the rule for kick catch interference 6-4-1, Article 13. I properly cited the rule, but what I did not know was that the rule until yesterday when I asked Coach Shade on the coach's call, when he told me that the explanation of the penalty, he told me what it actually was. Then I actually saw that video that I showed first today, and then I went back and rewatched this and said, man. So, yeah. But anyhow.
What was that he said?
So what he said that the fact that our player attempted to recover the ball before it hit the ground. And as you can see in the video, the ball didn't hit the ground. It didn't hit the ground until 87 touched it. And he said that was what constituted the penalty. So, yeah. Bottom line is this for me, man. It was the proper call, but I hate the call. I hate the rule.
Yeah.
Just like he said, it's a dumb rule and it needs to be changed ASAP. I mean, and you know what's even more crazy about that rule, man, is that even while it's still the right call, you don't ever see consistency with it being called. I've seen times where guys would muff that ball and then would get totally smoked by the punt coverage.
Yes, and
while
then
the ball is still in the air.
Yep.
And the crowd would go wild and they would keep possession.
Yep.
Not a fan. Not a fan. Somebody said we need to call Alexander Shinara. Exactly. Who?
Yeah, I saw that. We need to call Alexander. Hey, but hey, such is life, man. We're here. That is what it is. And like my boy OJ said, that's the correct call. Unfortunately, I saw it in the Texans Titans game one year. So yeah, that's something we need to do, man. We need to look at that thing moving forward. So swag refs, I know I give you grief, and yeah, I give you grief for good reason because you do blow a lot of. Well, here's the thing, man. Before we bring on our guest tonight, here's the thing about officiating that I want to say too. Officiating has been bad everywhere. It ain't just been in the SWAC. You watch Power 4 games and Group of 5, it's just been bad everywhere. Bad. Real bad. Folk been losing their minds. Coaches getting fined in press conferences because they just can't hold it back no more with the way that these calls have been. So anyway, I digress. But apologies to those out there that I took you back down memory lane and got your blood pressure up a little bit.
They need off-season refreshers.
They need refreshers. Man, they've been doing all these clinics they've been having, man. They still blow a call.
Listen. And you know, our coaching staff, they're so classy. They are, you know, and also shout out to Coach Evans. Today is his birthday, by the way. But,
happy birthday, Coach.
But yeah, they're so classy. But I mean, if y'all need me to throw a clipboard, I can do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Like, Coach Shay throw that hat on the field, you know.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all just, and that way it can't be no fine because you know it's me. I'm, you know, if y'all need me to do that, I can do that. I can be the clipboard thrower. If y'all need that, I can do that.
Yeah. So we got our boy. He's on. We'll welcome him in right now, representing at PV versus Everybody podcast. The loyalist himself, Mr. Lionel Mosby. What up, Lionel? Take yourself off mute, homie. Mute. There he is. What's up, Lionel? You good?
Yes, I'm doing good, man. Just on daddy duty. So trying to do multiple things at one time. Y'all know how that goes. But I'm happy to be on the hill. You know what I'm saying? So and I see the quotation, the true hill. So
the true hill. That's right.
Long as you know, Lionel. Long as you know.
You already being welcome, man. He said, not Lionel.
Yeah, it is fake carry. So yeah, we go back and forth all the time. So
hey man, you speaking of back and forth, man, you've been having a whole lot of back and forth, man. You've been wearing out the keyboards.
Hey man, listen, that's what I do. I honestly I don't even know how it got here. Because really, you know, I started really just to really encourage PV Nation and, you know, those who support PV Athletics to know, like, hey, you got a place where you can go to really learn about your product and what's going on with your university in terms of athletics, and really just encourage us to be as really as in love, right, with what we see at our university as we see all around SWAC and MEAC and other HBCU universities. And for some reason, you know, that love and buoyancy, I guess, turned into, well, I guess you're being a little bit too happy about what you got over there. So I guess people ain't like it, you know what I mean? And so that's now turned into, you know, anytime I say anything, I guess it's as if I'm going at somebody else. So I guess it is what it is. But hey, I'm 10 toes down, so it's okay.
Listen,
I was about to say,
I
because you
know.
definitely stand on it.
Listen,
Definitely stand on it.
but I can say this, and I don't mind saying it. I think a lot of the smoke that you get, it comes from a place of they feel, and let's just be honest, a lot of these people in these spaces feel that, you know, their program is superior, and there's nothing wrong with that. But how dare you have pride in your program? You shouldn't have pride in your program.
Right.
And so it comes from a place to try to humble you. So I applaud. You know, you rep your school. Keep doing what you're doing, because I mean that's your alma mater. So can anybody tell you how to feel about your alma mater? So if they get mad, just let them get mad. You have some funny comebacks. I will say that.
Oh man, well, I grew up with my cousins, man, and we always just joke back and forth. He's a Cowboys fan, I'm a Saints guy, right? So, and my cousin's Clemson, I'm LSU. So we argued all the time, but still loved each other, right? So to me, that's how I look at it, right? So sometimes when stuff go way left field, and I've seen it like that before in some places, to me, I don't get down with all that, because to me, that's just crazy, right? But you know, at the end of the day, we should be able to joke with each other, have fun, go back and forth. And hey, we come back the next day and we can still, you know, rock with each other. So that's how I see it.
Exactly. And one thing I will say too, a lot of people, now that I've, you know, been in this space long enough where I've encountered people online and in person, a lot of the main people that do all of the quote unquote internet thugging are so friendly in person. So I laugh.
That's true. That's very facts. Yeah.
Please relax. All of us are college educated. Calm down. Ain't nobody. Yeah, sit down. Just laugh. Just laugh.
Look, I don't know Lionel personally, but I do follow PV versus everybody on Twitter, and this man is a one-man army. He will take all the jokes and everything, and he just kind of like flip it from the jokes about the t-shirts, you know, the jokes about the fans. He takes it and he comes back with something kind of like a TED talk. Let me change the perspective on that for you.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, the t-shirts, man, listen, the t-shirts, if we're talking about just something, I think the t-shirt thing has been so beneficial. I mean, that has got me on a lot of places that I probably would never be on, right? Without I mean, if you're just talking about objectively from YouTube and just trying to grow an audience or whatever, the t-shirt thing was great, right? You know what I'm saying, from that perspective. And again, that whole thing was just about encouraging PV Nation to say, why can't you think that you're gonna win a championship? Whoever told you that you couldn't think that, right? That's the whole point behind it, right? It really was never about whether it happens or not. It's about the fact that you as a fan base should be able to say right now today, I believe this thing, right? So that's really the whole point. See, baby girl, now she talking. So.
Yeah, you know something, man? It's really crazy with that whole thing too, because look, man, y'all see this Browns banner in my background, man. And, you know, some people's like, you're a Browns fan. I'm like, well, you know, I grew up in Cleveland. My parents still live in Cleveland. I live here in Ohio. You know, I watch them, even though I know most weeks they're going to lose, at least right now, I still love them because it's in my heart. And same thing with A&M. It's like, you know, a lot of times people will give you grief if you don't pick. I mean, if you pick against your team, you get grief if you pick against your team. You get grief if you pick for your team. So it's like, hey, you express yourself the way you express yourself. And I always felt like, man, when my man, because like I said, man, when I met Lionel, we met virtually first, and then we met in person at Swag Media Day. Like the swag and the confidence was already out in him, even at Swag Media Day. Because GNU was there with us.
Yeah,
he walking around on camera like, hey, so what do you think it's gonna take for your team to play my team in the SWAC championship game in Prairie View?
Listen,
oh man, that's hilarious.
Lionel has this larger than life personality in person. So he is the same online and in person. It's real funny.
For real, man. So yeah, man, I like that comment right there, Elvin. Yeah, it's true, man. You can't win for losing. So it's like, hey, and also, man, the other thing I want to throw this out here too. I'm glad somebody put this up here. I'm glad somebody put this up here because I did want to talk about this, and I'm not talking about it in no shade part either. Okay. Let me just say this, man, and then Lionel, you can chime in on this too because this was something that was at the forefront of a lot of the game last week between yourselves and Alabama State. In fact, it got talked about a lot more than the actual game itself should have been talked about is attendance. And I want to say this, man, about just attendance anywhere. All right. I think that attendance gets made fun of and talked about way too much. We know that if people would come to the games, they would come to the games if they wanted to come to the games. There is so much marketing that goes on out here. I know people talk about these marketing people. Listen, man, these games get marketed. The schedule gets put out months and months in advance. People have the opportunity to plan their schedules months in advance. Yes, we understand that also money can be an issue for some folks, but in many of these places, man, the cost of season tickets is less than what you would pay at a Power 5 seat, right? Just for one game. And so I think that the way that this stuff gets interpreted, I mean, everybody, you see the common one. Somebody will show up to a game hour and a half before the game, take a picture and post it on Facebook and say, look at y'all. Y'all don't have nobody at the game. And you know what I'm saying?
When I see that, you know what my response is? Every time I see somebody with an early pre-kickoff pitch, I'm like, so you just saying you didn't get invited to nobody tailgate. That's all that means. Because we still, y'all are like, for homecoming, I just got to the stadium before kickoff, and we had been, all of us, we were tailgating before. And of course I like to be, in position before, kickoffs, but sometimes you still finishing your plate of food and you're going to get there by kickoff, but I'm not finna sit in the stadium. If kickoff is at 2, I'm Jennifer. I can only speak for myself. I'm not going to be in the stadium at 11:30. I'm going to still be waiting on the fish to drop when it's fresh out the grease so I can put it on my piece of light bread with some hot sauce. I'm not sitting out there. I'm not coming. I get in the stadium about 1:15, but at 11:30, I'm waiting on the fish to drop. So if you ain't get invited to the tailgate and you sit in the stadium and you trying to throw salt at the other team, just eat that.
But talk about that, Lionel. Talk about that, man, from your perspective, bro. The attendance thing, because I thought it was just really, really overblown. And I know I asked Coach Jackson about it on Monday, but talk about it, bro.
Yeah, to me, it's a nuanced conversation, right? Because there's perspective, and I guess like David said here, right? With me kind of coming in and always looking at things from a different way, a different perspective. The reality is we're having, as it were, FCS first world conversations because the SWAC, I mean, across the board, is killing it when it comes to people actually paying attention online and in person to our product and what we got going on. And I think people miss that all the time. And that's why I make the statement that, how many other FCS programs play in front of 60,000, 20,000, 15 and 10 every year. Now we can, and that includes the low attendance of 6,500 here, 5,000 there, 7,000 there, right? But how many other FCS schools play in front of those numbers? Because that's what Prairie View plays in front of, right? If you talk about Alabama A&M, you're talking about 70,000 and then probably another 20,000 and another 50. So how many FCS programs, period, will love those numbers? So that's perspective, though, right? Does that mean that on the other end, when it comes to PV Nation and what we're doing and what we're trying to work on, that we're not trying to get every home game to always be so? Of course we're working on that because you should always be getting better. But at the same time, am I am I gonna dump on the 6,000 people we had there who were very active, very into the game, actually cheering on the team? Like, I would never do that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, those are the true fans, right? You know what I'm saying? And even those, and that doesn't mean everybody who couldn't come is not a true fan either, right? You know what I'm saying? And so to me, it's a nuanced conversation. And the reason I always push back too is because I just don't feel it's always an equal conversation at the end of the day, right? Because if we're going to talk about Prairie View and 11,000 at our homecoming, well, we have to also talk about Alcorn and their 7,000 their homecoming, right? I mean, that would be equal and balanced, and I could accept that from somebody. But if we're not talking about that, then to me, you're not coming to actually say, you know what, hey, Lionel, I think y'all should do this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember having some conversation with Perry, and man, I think he gave some great points that I was like, you know what? Those are some really good things that Southern is doing that, man, we could probably take a few of those and it could work for us, right? You know, so that is different if it's like real conversation of like, yeah, we're trying to help you build your fan base, right? Versus, you know, when it's really you're just using it to kind of poke fun at, right? So that's different, which is cool. But at the same time, you know, I just bring my perspective in to say, man, listen, Incarnate Word has won champion. It is what it is.
Yeah, Dave, get in there.
I was just gonna say that, you know, I at least, you know, give kudos to Coach Jackson for, you know, attempting to try to get folks out to the game and also helping those who are affected by the government shutdown. Because, you know, I'm not sure who all, you know, attended the game and took advantage of those, you know, tickets at the will call. But, you know, that could help, you know, as, you know, PV, us, A&M, and other schools are trying to, you know, build their fan bases back up. You know, they see the product that PV put out there, and that could be like, oh man, these guys, you know, played really hard. I got to make sure I check out next games next year, or I got to make sure I become a season ticket holder for next year. So I just commend him for, you know, doing that and trying to get the people out there, you know, to the game. You didn't have to spend your own money. You know, the tickets were there. Just go and pick them up.
Yeah, and I also want to add this point to piggyback off of what Lionel said about nuance. A lot of people, like you said, I think people do pick and choose because, yes, Prairie View had, 6,000 people Saturday, but do you know that a quote-unquote blue blood had 1,000 people at their game and no one said a word? They had 1,000.
Tennessee State,
Tennessee
for
State.
those scoring at home.
So no one is in there. Tennessee doesn't need a football. Tennessee State doesn't need a football program. No one is saying Tennessee State doesn't need X, Y, and Z. So I think people do pick and choose on what they speak on. Also, too, I also think that what's missing from the attendance conversation is this: proximity to other schools. Now, if you look at, I can speak on A&M's attendance. Right now, we sit at number 12. We sit at number 12 for attendance in FCS, which is, you know, kudos to our athletic department. They have put in a lot of work to improve the game day experience at A&M. But the thing about A&M's attendance is mostly A&M. So, like, case in point, homecoming. If we had 19,000 people at our homecoming, then I would say 18,000 was A&M. We don't get a lot of people that travel to A&M outside of Tuskegee travels on a regular basis. We play miles, we may get them. I do anticipate when we play Tennessee State, we're going to get a lot of people that travel. And then that one game with Jackson State that Coach Sanders played, they traveled heavy that game. But because of our location, we don't get a lot of people that travel to A&M. So when you look at our numbers, you look at those are mostly Bulldogs that make up that number. And two, there's especially with the Mississippi and Louisiana SWAT schools, they're right on top of each other. So you get assistance with your attendance. It's easy to say, yeah, we travel, but all you have to do is travel 1 hour west. If you look at A&M and PV are like 11 hours apart. I used to live in Houston. That was a 10-hour drive from Birmingham.
Yeah, they're taking a plane to come to us.
They're taking a plane to come back. So I don't anticipate, I'm not going to sit there and say, PV didn't travel to Huntsville. Who is traveling 11 and 12 hours on Saturday, it's just not feasible for everyone. So I think that when we have these attendance conversations, be mindful that yes, you got some help. You got an additional 5,000 person boost because it's only an hour difference between your schools. So just keep those things in mind when y'all discuss attendance as well.
Yeah, and I'll even add this, man. So y'all know I officiate. Even though I don't officiate football, but I do officiate track and cross country, and I spend a lot of time doing Division III colleges here in Ohio. And I keep up with Division IIIs, and I watch I see some of their football games. And for Division III and even Division II, man, the only attendance they'll ever get will be family weekend. They don't even get attendance like on homecoming. They'll get family weekend one Saturday. The rest of the time, man, you be 500, 1,000 people at a Division III or Division II game. And then you take that on up to even the FCS level. I mean, like to Lionel's point, man, it's like everybody up here acting like that it's 20,000 people showing up everywhere in FCS. It's not happening, man. You might see 7,000 people, 5,000 people on a regular at a lot of these places. Some of these schools, they might have had one sellout in the last 10 years, right? And these are winning programs. So the bottom line is, man, where I'm going is, I think we spend a lot of time, looking at attendance and looking what everybody else does without really looking at what we need to do ourselves. I mean, attendance is down pretty much everywhere. Even Jackson State even said that, they've had some down attendance, right? Now, hey, it's just, it is what it is. And I know some of it is about trash talk, so we get that too. But I'm just only talking about the people who really, really are getting after folk about attendance like that. It just don't need to be. So, but anyway, so Lionel, PV, man, you guys are doing pretty good. You guys actually sit in a real nice position. You actually can advance to the SWAC championship game this Saturday if you win, and also you get help from Grambling and also Texas Southern. But regardless, you guys are sitting in a real good spot, man. You guys have had a resurgence. Now, I follow your team, but for those that don't follow the team, as you do, man, talk about your team, man, where it's at, man, and what's it going to take to get to Atlanta for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's going to just take us continuing to get better each week, right? I think Coach Jackson has done a good job of coming in, and obviously, I think every coach, right? Every coach, man, does a great job in the SWAC of really keeping their guys to pay attention of what's important, which is just that next game. You hear it all the time on the SWAC coaches call. I think people really take it for granted. But the truth is, it's a reality because you can get lost in looking ahead and end up making a lot of missteps and mistakes. And even if you hear Coach Jackson or even Coach Robinson, Coach Shade, even, right, they're not even talking about necessarily winning the next game. You'll hear them say, man, we're just trying to win today, right? Today is our classroom day. We're trying to win in the classroom. You hear them say that a lot. And so I think that's the thing with what we're looking to do is, man, just look at this next game as an important game and say it's to help us. One, again, we want to come win the game because we need to win in order to keep moving forward to our goals. But also there's some things that we still need to fix and need to work on, right? And so I love what a team is, man. I love the mindset of what a team is from last year and from what we've seen in the past, man, and how we've seen the arguments between teammates. We've seen, coaches that's not on the same page. We've seen coaching players that's not on the same page. And so for us to see what we're seeing now as a program, as far as just the unity and kind of what the goal is, I think that's just incredible, man. So I'm really loving it, you know what I mean? And I'm super excited what's being built, because what's really being built right now is something that whenever Coach Jackson does decide to leave, right, he's helped to put in place the actual structure we need to be a top level SWAC and FCS program moving into the future. And so yeah, man, I'm really excited about where we are right now.
Yeah, and, that's the other important thing to coaching, especially when new coaches come in, right? Some people even said about our team that, it's been a while since, our team had structure. And again, I'm not trying to talk about the previous staff and put that out there. I'm not trying to talk about the previous staff.
Right.
But some people have said that, they can see that structure that Coach Shade is trying to establish. They see what he's trying to do. So just wanted to add to that, because a lot of the positions, and I've even brought this up with AD, it's more to just, coaching. It's more to just hiring a coach. There are other factors, or duties, that are part of their job, or things that these coaches are trying to do. So with Coach Jackson, one thing that I can say that he has not strayed away from since he got the job at PV, he has set, his expectation, and he has not strayed away from that at all. His message has been the same since he got to PV. So I definitely commend him for that as well.
Yeah. And I've been a fan of Coach Jackson from the very beginning. He came on my show. I interviewed him at SWAC Media Day, and I talk to him every Monday on the SWAC Coaches Call, and he is very consistent. My thing that I still laugh at, man, is that stuff, man. I can play that soundbite all day. 2 sound bites all day I can play from him.
The recess. The recess one?
Yeah, the recess. He said, shout out to my teacher.
What's that teacher name? What's that teacher name?
Miss Rector.
Miss Rector. Shout out to Miss Rector.
He said, shout out to Miss Rector. And then the other one, when y'all beat Southern, and they interviewed him at the end of the game. Yeah, happy homecoming.
Listen.
Yeah, happy homecoming.
That happy homecoming has, every time I hear the clip, I don't care if it's in context, out, you can use it in a regular argument. Happy homecoming. It's funny. Very funny.
That was funny, man. That was comedy, though. He said, shout out to my teacher, Miss Rector. That'll never get old, man. That'll never get old. So yeah, I've been in love with just his confidence, and also you can just see the passion. And I learned very early about that dog mentality. Because everybody's got these acronyms, man, but the dog mentality, determination, and all that stuff, man, it's pretty cool. Look around her, said, that's another one, man. That's another clip too. That's funny. Sitting there singing Atlanta, but yeah. All right. So Lionel, listen, man, we're going to get you to stick around right here as we get ready for this next segment. And everybody knows what it is. We do it every week during the season. We want everybody to make sure that you put your picks in the chat, and we're going to get ready to go over it. These SWAC game picks are brought to you by Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, located in Madison, Alabama. Whether you're craving something cool and refreshing or smooth and creamy, Rita's has you covered. Stop by today and taste the flavors that make every game day sweeter. Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, located at 8042 US Highway 72 in Madison. All right. So we get it all started tonight. We got 6 SWAC games this week, and we get it started in Pine Bluff with the Florida A&M Rattlers coming in reeling, man. They got taken to the woodshed in that second half, 31-13 in that second half by Jackson State. They come in at 3-5, taking on Pine Bluff at 4-5. This game will be on HBCU Go. So Pine Bluff feeling good about themselves after really putting a hurting on the Southern Jaguars. So Coach Hampton looking to get him another one. All right. Dave, you started. Who you got?
I think Coach Hampton pep talk starting to work for them Lions. Normally I would go with FAMU, but I think Arkansas Pine Bluff going to pull it out.
All right, Jen.
Honestly, prior to this last weekend, I would have picked FAMU, but after seeing that completely dominant performance by Arkansas Pine Bluff on both sides of the ball, they will not be denied. I got Pine Bluff.
All right, Lionel. Lionel, who you got?
I can see it going either way. I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm actually leaning Arkansas Pine Bluff. I think they got some good momentum, right? They've had some games that have got away from them, but I think they are doing some things that they can build on. So I'm going Arkansas Pine Bluff.
All right, we'll see how that thing turns out. I'll be talking about all this tomorrow, but tonight, man, we gonna see what everybody in the group did. So we got 3 Pine Bluffs in the group, 4 Pine Bluffs in the group, and then he said going with the PB Max, fighting PB Maxes. he said, look, he said, come on, HBCU, we are all family. You can call us UAPB.
Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Arkansas Pine Bluff. All right. We now go to Folding Chair City, as I love to say, Montgomery, Alabama. It's been a minute since these boys played a home game, too. It seemed like they ain't played a home. In fact, they have not played a home game since October the 4th on their homecoming. So it's been a whole month, and they finally get back home. Texas Southern, whoo boy, nobody saw them getting smoked by Alcorn State, man. Alcorn State played a great game against them. 33-14, they went down there in Houston. Now they take their talents on the road, and what's getting late for them in that SWAC West race. Tashawn Smoot will be the starting quarterback in this game for Alabama State, as Andrew Body has a shoulder injury. So first collegiate start for Tashawn Smoot. This game will be on SWAC TV. Lionel, who you got, man?
So I'm going with Alabama State, man. Their offensive line is really, really good. I mean, that was a great matchup this past weekend. And so at the end of the day, man, they're going to be able to run the ball. I don't see Texas Southern really being able to completely just shut down that side of the ball. I mean, that aspect of their game. And so, if they can run the ball, they can win this game, because Texas Southern just has a hard time putting points on the board offensively.
Yeah. All right, Jay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Alabama State. The Texas Southern game last week, to me, that was the most shocking score out of all of the whole SWAC slate. That one caught me off guard. So I got Alabama State big.
All right, Dave.
Jen says she thinks it's going to be Alabama State, but I know it's going to be Alabama State. Ain't no thinking on this, and I hate to say it.
I hate, I don't like. I don't
say it.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't like giving them bees credit. I don't like giving them bees credit. Now I just they all right. They'll be all right.
Hey, yeah, bruh. It was me that brought it up, because Smoot's from here in Ohio, Springfield High School. Man, he led them to the state championship game. So yeah, that's how I know about Tashawn Smoot. I brought him up. Coach Eddie Rod was like, shh. How you know about him? I said, I know, man. I follow this stuff. I know this. But yeah, I respect what Alabama State does, man. I do. They got a pretty good team, man. Their offense has been pretty good. We'll see what it's like, though, man. When you got a new guy under center, we'll see what it's like. But, like I said, man, it's been a long time since they've been at home. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. This one. They're going to get the renewal down there in the Delta. This is the 63rd playing of this game, and Jackson State has won 56 of them.
My God, today.
I didn't stutter either. They've won 56 of the previous 62 meetings. The last time Valley won this game, it was an actual vacated game in 2014. Valley won 27-23 in Jackson in October of 2014. That's the last time Valley won a game in this series. I think I know where everybody's going, but we'll talk about it anyway. Dave, what you got?
Yeah, man, Jackson State gonna take this. There's no question.
Jen.
Po Valley. What do you say? Shout out to Valley.
Shout out to Valley. Shout out to Valley.
Yeah, JSU was going to wrap this up probably before halftime. It's going to wrap it up. Rest their starters at halftime. I heard Valley has some really good fried chicken. They may even partake in that. But yeah. is that I think the biggest competition though this weekend is going to be between the bands. Between the Boo and the Mean Green Marching Machine. Outside, that's the only competition I'm gonna see.
Hey,
JSU
Valley
beat.
Fight song be rocking.
Listen, that thing be rocking.
Valley Fight song be rocking. That do. Oh man.
Listen, when they played us for when they scored first on us at at homecoming, I was like, but I was like, that's hearing that fight song didn't make it feel too bad. I knew we was gonna come back, but man, yeah, they got a fight song. Yeah, that's it. Yes, Jay said dolls. That's gonna be your battle right there, but it ain't gonna be on the football field.
Yeah, Lionel, where you going with this, man?
Well, listen, not what did Lee Corso used to say? Not so fast,
Not
my
so
friends.
fast, my friends.
Would y'all be shocked if I said Valley?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be shocked too. Give me Jackson State.
Said, man, them folk were about to be coming after you on Twitter tonight with that pick. Shoot, man. Hey, I loved Coach Buckley though. That's my guy, man. Love my guy, man. But man, when I saw the stats on this, I was like, Lord, 63rd meeting and they only won 5. All right, let's move to the. Okay, I was getting ready to say something, and I said, let me pause myself. We moved to Eddie Robinson Stadium because the moniker of the way the stadium was called. I said, let me pause.
Y'all gave Bethune-Cookman such a hard time, and they was just trying to say, we coming for that. Well, that don't even sound right.
Like I said, pause.
They said they don't care what they call that stadium. That's
listen,
what they were trying to say.
I got the sentiment behind it, but listen, I couldn't share that post on my Facebook page. I mean, my pastor followed me on Facebook. I can't share that kind of filth. I said, this is filth.
Look at these boys. Look at these boys in the comments, man. Lord, I can't even pull up what you said, King. I cannot pull up what you said, bro. This is a family show, okay? Listen, all right, let me get back to business. All right, Bethune-Cookman, listen. Bethune-Cookman, man, if they get this game, they're sitting at 4-1 in league play. Next week, they go to Jackson to take on Jackson State. So they want to just keep themselves in good position. So it's big for them in that regard. Grambling on the other side, hey, it's getting late for them as well. I already said about the way the scenario is. If they lose and Texas Southern loses and Prairie View wins, that's it. They'll be just getting ready for the Bayou Classic. So, hey, man, it's a lot on the line for both teams to stay in their respective races. So, Lionel, I'll start with you. Who you going for on this one?
Well, I just want to say I grew up in Monroe, Louisiana. I grew up a Grambling fan, right? So me and my dad traveled up and down to Jackson, Alcorn, Southern, all around Dallas going to Grambling games, right? So I say this with all disrespect intended. Grambling is a crumbling dynasty, okay? That's what they are. They're a crumbling dynasty. So, Wayne, that was a long intro for a very short game, okay? Because Bethune-Cookman is going to handle business, all right?
Lionel, you're going to have a long night, brother.
Hey, Jen, who you got?
Listen, I actually agree with Lionel. One thing I do want to talk about, especially with our performance against Grambling last week, our defense did not allow Grambling to score a touchdown. The touchdown that they scored came from special teams. So with that being said, and you combine that with Bethune's high-powered offense, they're going to, because you got to be careful at the hole. But I think Bethune is going to have so much space that any calls won't be decided by the refs. So it's going to be, but Bethune is also going to be one of my big picks over at Grambling. Bethune by a lot.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Jen. Bethune's offense is gonna get them the win in this game. So I'm gonna roll with Mary's kids.
All right. Be interesting because Gramblin's also starting their 4th-string quarterback. Coach Joseph said, we got to get the 17-year-old true freshman ready to play, Hayden Benoit. He said, and at that point, he only knew 40% of the playbook. He said, we're hoping to get him up to 60% of the playbook by Saturday. Whoo, boy, good luck to you guys. All right, hey, we got the Fred McNair Bowl. Yes, sir. It's the Fred McNair Bowl as the legend returns. He won 5 SWAC champion or 5 SWAC 5 SWAC titles. 5. Okay, let me say it right. He won 2 SWAC titles and 5 SWAC East Division titles. There we go. I knew I was gonna get it right tonight. He coached there for 6 seasons, and the tenure ended a little bit sourly. And now he's the interim head coach of Southern, who is struggling. But you know what, man? The emotions are going to run high there on the reservation on this Saturday. Dave, who you got?
I am going to go with Alcorn. I don't see Southern winning another game this season.
All right.
I'm going to roll with Alcorn.
All right. He said the real question, will McNair get booed or cheered? No, they're going to cheer that man. Yeah. I think they're going to cheer that guy. For real. All right, Jen, who you got?
They may make them stay in Lorman after the game. But anyway, as much as I want to pick Southern, I just cannot. I really don't think Southern wins another game this season. So I'm going with Alcorn.
All right, Lionel.
Another Louisiana struggling, crumbling dynasty, Southern University. Southern University and A&M College, okay? But yeah, I got Alcorn. I saw that Texas Southern lost a mile away this past Saturday, and I think Alcorn gets it done against Southern this week.
All right. And last but not least, we now have our game. And you got Prairie View A&M taking their talents to Alabama A&M. And what's so crazy about this, man, this is the first time these two teams are playing since 2016. It's a shame. Really? Yeah, since 2016. Last time they played, it was in Huntsville. And, man, like I said, man, I know that we have, 12 teams in the league and all that stuff, but, man, we shouldn't be going this long without playing each other, for real. So, but anyway, here we are. So it remains to be seen who we're going to start at quarterback. It could be anybody from Eric Hanley. It could be JD Davis. We don't know yet. So you guys will know what we know. We'll all find out together when the first snap comes on Saturday. But we do know where Prairie View is. Prairie View, even though they had that setback last week, they're totally focused to try to come to town and get themselves a win because they know that with a win and the Texas Southern and a Grambling loss, they will be the West champion. But they have their eyes set on bigger things beyond that. A&M, they have the chance to play a spoiler role in this mess, in this part of the game, because at 4-5 and 1-4 in SWAC play, it's basically just playing out the string and just seeing what else you can do to try to get yourself better. So on this November Saturday in Huntsville, Alabama, I know where the three of you are going with this game, but I want to ask you about what it will take for you all to get for these teams to get a victory. And I will start with Lionel to talk about what Prairie View needs to do to get a win in this ball game.
Yeah, man, I think last week, we did the one thing that we haven't done all season, which is really give the other team the ball multiple times, right? And so it's really the thing at the end of the day that, listen, you turn the ball over 4 times, you're not supposed to win that game. I don't know how clear I can make that statement, right? And so, one, we have to get back to protecting the ball, which we've done well all season. But, hey, that's why you have games like that, so you can remind yourself that, man, protecting this ball is very important. And so, some of those things were just great plays, right? You go back and look and say, hey, you get hit from behind, you don't know the guy coming. You got to live with the result, right? Because it's not necessarily a bad pass. It's just that's a good play on their end, right? And so Alabama State made some great plays because they're a good team. So you live with some stuff, but some things of defensively not being in the right place that's uncharacteristic of us are, like I say, offensively giving the ball away, and when we just kind of put the ball in harm's way. You got to fix those things. And I think we just got to, make sure the ground game is going. I think you guys have struggled sometimes against teams on the ground and giving up some plays there. And so if we can come in again and control the line of scrimmage offensively, I think it's going to be good. As far as the defense side of things, I do hope Eric Hanley plays because I think he's been solid. I think he only had one bad game, I would say, right? The rest of the games he played very well in. And so I think that's a better test for us, right? And so I do hope he plays, so that way we have a guy who's kind of been there and seen some starter minutes. And I think defensively, right, we got to make sure you guys don't get the run game going, because what will help settle down him or any other quarterback is, man, can you move the ball on the ground? And so we need to get back to being sure on the ground. We gave up a couple runs against Alabama State that we haven't given up this year. Which, again, they have a great offensive line, right? But you guys have produced some great offensive linemen as well, right? We know. Got one in the NFL. And so we got to make sure that, we're spilling the way we're supposed to, right? And getting in and making sure tackles. I think we do that, man. I think we get out with a win. I do think the offense has turned the corner. And I told some people that on yesterday that even though we only scored 28 points, right? But, I mean, man, the offense looked a lot smoother than it has looked, I think, early in the year. And so I think, again, this is why this game and the other two games are very important because, can the offense continue to put points on the board so that when we do get to the SWAC championship game and then the Celebration Bowl, right, can we put points on the board in order to win those games as well? So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jen, and then Dave, your thoughts about what it takes for A&M to get a win in this game.
Our defense stepped up in a major way, even though we lost. Our defense stepped up in a major way last week. We need that same dominant performance this week. And also, I would like to see more of our running game this week. So I'm actually glad this game is in Huntsville. So, we expect to produce a nice crowd because it's a high school day. So I think fans, we're gonna need you this game. So everybody come in loud and whatever, but we definitely need a huge defensive stand plus a big running game for this game.
Yeah, Dave.
The football gods have not been good to us lately. We got some injuries. We got some key players that's out, and football gods just hasn't been good to us. So for me, it's just simple. Everybody just needs to show up and do their job. It's going to be a tough game for us because we do have some third stringers playing probably because of those injuries. So need everybody to step up and do their job.
Yeah, and I'll close this by saying this. For A&M, it has been a tough season, at least a tough second half of the stretch. I mean, a lot of guys that you depended on to be some of your key contributors, you haven't had them. And so, guys have had to step up, and we've had a lot of guys that really weren't projected to be on the field that have been on the field and playing in key moments. And these experiences, they can only help you as you move forward. But, when you step up into moments like these where, hey, we're playing the rest of our season to see how good we can finish. Hey, sometimes playing the spoiler role or playing the villain, hey, that's the next best thing. So we'll see how that turns out on Saturday. And Lionel, man, this has been great, man. Glad that you had the time to join us. And, again, the passion that you show for Prairie View, man, is to be commended as always, man. And I know, I know the t-shirts and, I know that there's been a few villages in Africa that's been able to be blessed by your T-shirts.
Listen, the
Anyway.
disrespect. See, that's the thing, right? Y'all don't know the new Africa. First of all, I've been to Africa a plenty of time. They doing some great things, solving some real problems over there. I would never send T-shirts to Africa. They would definitely go to Eastern Europe in the first place. Okay, so let's make sure we directing them to the right place in the first place if I would send them. But listen, I still wear my T-shirt today, right? You know what I'm saying? I talk to many people who still wear their T-shirt from last year because it's about the mindset. That's what it's really about, right? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Now, if you do want a T-shirt, I got them for sale right now, and hoodies, and for the babies too as well. So we got 2025 championship T-shirts ready to go. So if you guys want to go and drop something on there and have something ready for when y'all go and slide up, you know what I'm saying, from Huntsville to Atlanta, you know what I mean, to support the HBCU national championship with Prairie View against whoever come out of the MEAC. Hey man, I got them for y'all. So don't listen. Just let me know.
I will be at the Celebration Bowl doing media like I did last year. If you guys are at the Celebration Bowl,
come on.
If you are at the Celebration Bowl and you come on by Radio Road, I will personally show your T-shirt right there on air. I will make sure it hits the airwaves and gets its just.
I need something stronger than that. Wild Wayne. I need something stronger than that. We on the ride. We on the ride tomorrow. I need you riding up there with something in your hands. Cause you a swag guy, so I need you wearing the right colors on that day.
All right.
So Lionel, we wear maroon.
The only color he gonna wear is maroon and white.
Every year.
Okay, that's all right. That's acceptable.
And since we're here, Lionel, why do y'all call yourselves the Hill?
Yes, please.
Yeah, come on with it.
Because we sat on the hill. That is pretty obvious and pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't understand.
Well,
help me understand, because I know Alabama is very hilly.
I've never been to Prairie View's campus.
I have.
But from the images that I've seen,
I have too.
No hill in sight. And people who have been to you guys' campus said you guys have no hills anywhere.
None.
So that's why I'm asking, why do you all call yourselves the Hill?
Because we're on the hill. I mean, that is pretty obvious, right? We're set on the hill.
Okay, so as a person that used to live in Houston, Texas, and shout out to the Rockets, we doing something big. But as a person that used to live in Houston, they used to live in Houston, Texas, and has frequented the 290 area. I used to have to commute and work in Austin for a while, so I would pass the Prairie View exit all the time. As soon as you see that Buc-ee's, as soon as you get to Waller County, you by the Prairie View exit.
So
you can see straight across. So I just want to see the hill.
If you're taking the Prairie View exit, you should have seen from the terrain, right, that you're moving upward, right? We're set on a hill right now. Houston is flat. You got to
search for the hill. Basically, you got to search.
Houston is flat. Hey, but this is the reality. If you have to search for, or if it was visible, it's still a hill, regardless, right? You know what I'm saying? It's still a hill. You know what I mean?
He has his interpretation. He has his interpretation, and he'll stick with it. But
is it a peak?
I've been to Prairie View. And it's kind of funny because my last collegiate cross country race was the SWAC championship of fall 1999. Was right there on Prairie View's campus. That was the last time I ran cross country. So yeah, and I just was like, man, I said this is out here. Now obviously
it's out there.
It's more developed now because that was 26 years ago. But
it's getting swallowed up.
I was there.
Next five to 10 right now, man. There is an abundance of communities going on all around Waller County, Hempstead, etc. It's going to look completely different in the next 5 to 10. And I know Jay, if she's stayed at Houston, right? You just know Houston just grows outward. It's just, I mean, it's amazing at what goes on out here as far as just a population growth, right? And the amount of land that we have in order to use, right, to put up new housing developments, et cetera. So like it's now reached right at the doorstep of Prairie View. And so, which is good for us because when we talk about attendance and needs of that nature, these are some of the conversations of, hey man, you have a community right here now that's been built around you. And if you talk about any college town, like I say, I grew up in Monroe, Louisiana, Grambling. My dad did not go to Grambling, but he was a season ticket holder. He's still a season ticket holder with Grambling, right? And so if you really want to grow a base, you got to think about the community around you, right? And that's for all of us, to think about and to consider, because those are the people who are going to be there, right? You know what I mean? Your alum, that student's going to come graduate and go wherever they're going, right? You know what I'm saying? The community members that's right around our universities, man, those are the people that can be the true base, right? Because they're already there. So it's a great thing for us.
And to add to that, Lionel, incoming students are paying attention to that as well. They're not just looking at the campus. I heard Prairie View has a beautiful campus, but what's around the campus, incoming students or potential students are looking at that as well.
Yeah. So, hey man,
I laughed at that comment. That's so funny.
Now, I do want to say this before we let everyone go. If you are coming to Huntsville Saturday, I would like y'all to join me in climbing the hill. Now, if that'll just settle the discussion. If you are coming Saturday, now I'm gonna take me a couple breaks.
That is hilarious.
I want y'all, but I'm serious.
We got some people coming, by the way. We do that. We got some people coming, by the way. Our Atlanta chapter.
Up there with you.
Yeah, our Atlanta chapter is coming down, right? We got. I know the Q's also have sponsored a couple buses that's coming down. So we got some people that's coming for sure to A&M. And listen, I believe 2 Corinthians 10:12, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I rock out, right? You know what I'm saying? For those who know. So I'm not trying to compare myself to FAMU or to Alabama A&M. Listen, I just point to the hill, man. That's all I do.
Hey man, fair enough, bro. Well, hey, listen, man, it's been great having you on, and man, we gonna talk some more because that's what we do. But for tonight, man, God bless, and good luck to your team on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks y'all. Thanks for y'all having me on, man. I appreciate you guys. I love what you guys do, man. And when I saw you guys have y'all the From the Hill up at like the basketball game and stuff like that, I immediately took a snapshot of that, sent that to some people and said, hey, listen, that's the goal. Okay. Like we got to get TV versus everybody on some stuff at Prairie View, right? You know what I mean? So I love what you guys are doing and what y'all are building, man. And so shouts out to y'all. Shouts out to Readers for sponsoring. I hope they give me out some money for that, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But dope sponsorship. Hope they putting some money in the From the Hill podcast coffers for that, right? But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Anytime y'all need me, man, just let me know.
All right, man. We'll see you, bro. Hey, there he goes. That's Lionel.
Good guy, man. Good guy.
Yeah, man. Real good dude, man. So
and I mean, shout out to all the people from Prairie View that joined in. I when I lived in Texas, I encountered a lot of Prairie View alums, and y'all really are some dope people. So if y'all are coming Saturday, safe travels. Love to see if you see me. I'll be out there, shake my hand or whatever. But yeah,
and we're here in Charlotte. We're actually our alumni chapter. We're actually trying to get a watch party together with Prairie View's alumni chapter this weekend. So hopefully we can get that together and then watch the game and cheer on our Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'll have it on SWAC TV app, and I'll have that while I'm watching. Probably have on the main TV probably the tail end of the MEAC games because they kick off earlier. The MEAC starts actually Friday night on 7 p.m. on ESPNU with Delaware State at Morgan State. So they hitching their wagons to the Deshaun Jackson train, and hey, for good reason because they've been playing some really good football. So get your HBCU weekend started early with them.
And speaking of, SWAC TV, and I know this is new, but I really hope they consider next year the multi-view option.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
man, I need it
because I'd be having my laptop, the TV, my iPad, trying to watch everybody's games. But if they get that multi-view feature,
listen, because it was so many good games at 2:00 this Saturday, and I'm switching. I'm like, okay, that we on commercial. Let me go see what they doing over in Prairie View. Okay, let me go back to
basketball happening now, so you know what I mean.
Yeah. So before we get out, I do want to say this too. Thank you, Jay White. You have women's basketball. Their official season opening game is tomorrow night against Talladega College. And they also have on Friday night, Ole Miss Lady Rebels with Coach Yo bringing her Lady Rebels to the Hill. So you got 2 chances tomorrow night and Friday. Hey, make both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we'll get it going. And also the men, they'll be in action next week starting at Indiana. That'll be on Big Ten Network. So we got all this stuff going in sports going. So hey, come to the Hill on Saturday and support the Bulldogs against Prairie View and all that good stuff, man. So shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Jay the Great, Just Dave. Also speaking for Corey, DT, and Tenarius. We love y'all. We'll see you we'll actually be out next week for Veterans Day. We'll be back with you on the 18th. All right. So no show next week for Veterans Day, but we'll be with you back on the 18th. All right. Love y'all. Good night.
Peace.